Hello and welcome to this guide where we go over the 10 best and easiest heroes to play in Mobile Legends. If you just started playing this game, the big amount of heroes can be quite overwhelming. There are currently more than 100 different heroes and choosing the right one to learn the game can be challenging. That's why I've got this list with 10 great heroes that you can choose as a beginner. I also added a suggested build, which you can copy to have a strong combination of items. Let's start right away, because this information is quite valuable as a starting Mobile Legends player. So the first hero that isn't that hard to play, but can be really strong, is Balmond. He's a fighter hero that can restore his health easily, while also dealing great damage. He has 3 simple skills. The first one makes Balmond jump towards a location to deal damage to all units in its path. If Balmond manages to hit an enemy, he stops to slow the target. This skill is great to get close to the enemy, which is needed for his second skill. Casting his second skill will make Balmond to spin and deal 7 times damage to all enemies surrounding him. Hitting an enemy multiple times will increase the damage, which is an easy way to lower the health of the enemy. And this is important for his third skill, his ultimate. Casting Balmond's ultimate will deal damage to all enemies in front of him. The less HP the target has, the higher the damage will be. So use this skill to finish an enemy, instead of using it when its HP is still high. All heroes also have a passive. Balmond's passive will recover 5% HP for every minion and 20% HP for every hero he kills. That's really helpful, so you don't have to return each time you're almost killed. So the next hero is even better at restoring HP, and her name is Rafaela. She's a support hero, and her skills are quite easy too. Well, she can be really useful to support your team. So her first skill deals magic damage to the enemies within her range, while also slowing the targets. You don't need to aim this skill, just be close enough to the target. Dealing damage within 5 seconds to the same target will increase the damage up to 3 times. While her first skill is quite easy to deal damage, her second skill is even more useful, since she can heal yourself and all allies surrounding you. By casting the skill, Rafaela heals all allies and increases their movement speed. This is really useful to help your teammates. A support hero shouldn't play solo, but stay close to an ally to help him make kills. Her ultimate is also quite easy but powerful. Using the skill deals damage to a line in front of her and stunning all targets too. If you aim the skill right, you can be a wonderful help to your allies. She also has a passive that's quite easy. When Rafaela gets killed, she deals damage back to the hero that attacked her. This can get you a kill even when being killed, and more importantly, pay back the attacker. Next, we have TiGril, which is a tank hero. Because he has high HP and defense, this hero doesn't get killed that easily. His first skill unleashes 3 shockwaves in front of him, dealing damage and slowing the target. This is a decent skill to attack the enemies from a distance. Then we have his second skill that charges TiGril forward and dragging all enemies in his path to the location. He can then cast his skill again to knock up the targets. This is a great way to defend your team from attacking enemies. His ultimate is even more powerful. TiGril drags all enemies surrounding him towards the center to then stun the targets. This can be combined with his first skill to hinder the enemy big time. If all enemies are close together, your allies can deal damage to the target way more easily. His passive further increases his defensive abilities. Every time TiGril gets hit or uses a skill, he gets a stack. After the 4th stack, the next basic attack of an enemy deals no damage. This effect can even block a hit from a turret. That's quite useful to be even more defensive. If you like content like this and want more videos to improve your Mobile Legends gameplay, just subscribe to the channel. Next, we have Alucard, which doesn't have such high defense, but is a hero that deals massive damage. His skills are maybe the most easy ones of all heroes. His first skill makes him jump towards a location to deal damage to all enemies where he lands and slows the targets. Then his second skill is even easier. This just deals damage to all enemies surrounding him. Nothing more, nothing less. His ultimate is also quite powerful. Casting the skill will just increase his lifesteal and slows all targets in the area. Then he is able to cast his skill again to shoot a powerful wave towards a certain location. Another great thing about this hero is his passive, which consists of multiple parts. He deals 50% more damage with his skills when only attacking one target. Also, his basic attack deals 20% more damage after casting a skill, and this also makes him jump towards the target. The last benefit is that he gets extra spell vamp for all lifesteal he gets. Lifesteal only recovers HP from basic attack, while spell vamp recovers HP from skill damage, which is also quite useful for Alucard. Another hero that can make use of his skills to recover HP is Cyclops. This is a mage hero that isn't that hard to play either. I've selected this hero because he's also got really easy to understand skills, which can deal good amount of damage. His first skill shoots 2 shockwaves in front of him, one moving fast and the second one a bit slower. Both of them deal a good amount of damage to all enemies it hits. His second skill summons 6 spheres surrounding Cyclops. Those spheres attack nearby enemies to deal some magic damage. This skill doesn't need to be aimed. His ultimate is also really nice. This skill has a big range and it shoots a giant sphere towards an enemy to deal magic damage and immobilizing the enemy. The bigger distance it travels, the longer the target can't move. While those skills are really easy, his passive is what makes him such a powerful hero. That's because every time he deals skills damage, the cooldown of his skills gets reduced by half a second. Combined with the right items, you can spam your skills like crazy. Next hero we have is Leslie, which is a marksman hero. While this hero can deal a high amount of damage, you have to make sure you play safe and keep a distance with the enemies. Marksman heroes deal high damage with their basic attack. The first skill increases her movement speed, puts her in camouflage state and makes her next basic attack deal increased damage. This is a great skill to attack an enemy, or you can use it to run to safety. The second skill should only be used when an enemy manages to get close to you. By casting this skill, she shoots a grenade to jump a bit back, while also shooting the enemy hero back. You might need a bit of practice to fully utilize her ultimate, but this skill is really powerful. By casting this skill, Leslie uses her sniper to lock onto an enemy and shoots 4 separate bullets to the target. The bullets deal more damage the lower the HP of the target is. Other enemy heroes may block the bullets, so they might miss the initial target. Her passive is a bit harder to understand, but every time she doesn't take damage for 5 seconds, her attack range gets increased, getting 50% crit chance and getting increased damage for the next basic attack she launches. This effect also gets activated every time Leslie uses a skill. It might take a bit of practice, but these skills aren't that hard, but can be really powerful. We have Saber next as a hero to pick when you just start playing this game. He's an assassin hero with easy skills but deadly damage. Skill 1 summons 5 flying swords around Saber that deal damage to all units it hits. Also using basic attack or casting skills will let a sword fly toward the target to deal damage. The second skill will make Saber dash forward, which is a nice way to come close to the target. He deals some damage against all enemies in its path, and the next basic attack deals increased damage and slow the target. Then we have his ultimate, which lets Saber jump towards an enemy, deal 3 powerful attacks while knocking the target up. His skills make his combo very strong and you can easily take out a hero in just seconds. Especially if you use your passive well. Every time Saber deals damage, he reduces the physical defense of the target, making your damage even higher. This can stack up to 5 times to remove a total of 40 defense, which is really strong. Saber is a great hero that deals a lot of damage from close combat, but if you want to play a hero with higher range, you might like the next hero. You probably already know this hero, which is Udora. You already bought this hero in the tutorial, so you don't have to spend battle points to buy her. Her attacks are quite easy but really strong if you know how to use them. Let's start with her passive. Every skill affects the enemy hero with the superconductor effect for 3 seconds. The next skill or skills will have additional effects which we'll go over. So her first skill is her main source of damage. This just deals magic damage to all enemies in front of her. If she casts it on an enemy with the superconductor effect, she deals some extra damage a second time. Then her second skill can be used to stun an enemy. It deals a small amount of magic damage to a single target, stuns it and reduces the magic defense of the enemy hero. The superconductor effect will make this skill bounce towards other enemies as well, dealing a bit lower magic damage and shorter stun time. Then her last skill is the most powerful one. Casting this deals a really high amount of magic damage against a single target. Always make sure you cast the skill before using this, so the enemy gets affected by the superconductor effect. This will deal another high magic damage afterwards, not only dealing damage to the initial target, but also surrounding enemies will take damage. Try to play safely when using Udora, and you should hide in a bush to surprise an enemy with your combo. This can make easy kills for Udora. Next, I've got Uranus for you. This is another tank hero that also can deal a good amount of damage. But the coolest thing about Uranus is his passive. Every time he takes damage, Uranus recovers HP every second. This effect stacks up to 20 stacks, restoring a big amount of HP every second. The effect lasts 10 seconds, so try to receive some damage in this period to keep the effect active. His first skill is quite easy. It just deals damage to the surrounding enemies and slows the target. But the skill also increases the damage every time it hits, up to 8 times. His second skill helps him to stay alive. He can use this to jump to a certain location, getting a shield while dealing damage to all enemies in his path. After 4 seconds, the shield explodes to deal damage to all surrounding enemies. If the shield is broken before this time, it will explode earlier. Lastly, his ultimate. Casting the skill adds 5 to 15 stacks of his passive, increases movement speed and remove all slow effects. Uranus also gets increased shield and HP regen effect, making him recover lots of HP in combination with his passive. He's a really strong hero, especially when you keep the 20 stacks to recover HP every second. If you like to play heroes that heal very well, the next one will also be a wonderful pick. Ruby is the last hero on this list, but definitely not the least one. Her passive makes her a strong hero and recover lots of HP. That's because it makes all her lifesteal convert into spell vamp. This means that Ruby can't heal when using basic attack, but she recovers big amounts of HP when using her skills. She also jumps a small distance after every skill she casts, and this also increases her defense. Her first skill deals the most damage. She slashes the enemies in front of her to deal damage twice and slowing the target. Her second skill also deals damage twice to all surrounding units. It also stuns the target for a small period, which is great to hinder the enemy. Then we have her ultimate, which is a great one in a team fight. Casting the skill will grab all enemies in front of her to pull them towards Ruby. She can then easily cast her other skills to deal damage or let her allies kill the targets. Her high spell vamp and useful skills makes her a great hero to have in your team. These were the 10 best heroes you can pick when just starting with Mobile Legends. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section and I try to answer them for you. I also got some links of useful videos in the description that you might want to check out to become better in Mobile Legends. As always, thank you for watching and I'll be seeing you again in the next guide.